When you wake up in the morning, your phone is already flooded with messages, notifications, and people demanding your attention texts, alerts, calls, everything competing for your energy. You feel completely drained just glancing at it all, but still, you pick up your phone and start replying. You don't want to come off as rude, and you certainly don't want to let anyone down, so you keep yourself accessibly always ready to respond, always giving away a little part of yourself. Over time, without even realizing it, you fade into the background because the more you show up for everyone, the less they appreciate your presence. The more available you are, the more they take you for granted. That's the trap, and it isn't your fault. Human nature tends to respect what is scarce and hard to reach. People value what they can't have all the time. It's unfair, yeah, but it's real. Carl Jung once said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul, and that includes distracting themselves with others. When you're constantly reachable, you become the person they turn to when they don't want to face their own issues. You become the escape valve, not the person, not the soul, just the convenient option. When they're done venting or storming through their chaos, they leave you in silence, feeling exhausted and confused, forgotten. Many find themselves caught in this limbo, needed during crisis, pushed aside in peace. It hurts to be caught in that cycle, but what if you stopped making yourself so easy to access? What if you didn't always explain yourself? What if you didn't reply immediately? If your time, your space, and your energy were no longer on sal, everything would change. You'd stop attracting chaos and start earning respect. You'd stop being the emergency contact for people who wouldn't even answer your calls or texts. You'd stop feeling like your kindness is a currency traded for convenience, because when you create space, you create clarity. And with clarity, others can finally see who you truly are beyond what you do for them. There's undeniable power in being unavailable, not as a game or act of revenge, but as a way to safeguard your energy. When you stop making yourself easy to reach, you give yourself permission to grow. You get real time to think, reflect, rest. You begin to listen to your own thoughts again. No longer do you just move to other people's rhythms, you start dancing to your own beat. And that's when life begins to feel different, not louder, not busier, but more authentic to you. Most people fear silence because it exposes the truth, but if you stay with it long enough, you'll realize that the truth is this: not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time, nor a front row seat to your life. Stepping back from everyone isn't cold or rude, it's a necessary act of self-respect. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's growth. When you carve out space, you gain clarity. People finally see the real you, not just what you do to serve their needs. There's something really profound about choosing to be unavailable, not as a game, but as a shield to uphold your energy. It's about going where your soul is respected, giving your energy only to what and who deserves it. It's about knowing the difference between being needed and being used. Best of all, it's about not defining yourself by how often you show up for others, but by how deeply you show up for yourself. Human nature is wired to pull us closer when we step away. The more someone pulls back, the more they're drawn in. You don't have to pull away as a manipulative game, but by honoring your limits, you allow others to do the same. When people realize they can't always reach you, when they understand your boundaries, they start choosing their words more carefully. They begin respecting your space because they see you as a person with limits, someone who has the right to refuse, to say no, to take space for themselves. And in that shift, everything changes. You realize that you don't have to shout to be heard or post to prove your worth. You don't need to explain your moves to be understood. Your peace is your power. Your silence is your strength. Your distance is your armor. You owe no one constant access, no constant answers. Your energy is sacred, and needing to be everywhere all the time isn't strength. It's slow self-destruction. Your value isn't determined by how many people can reach you instantly. When you draw back, you teach people how to treat you. Every moment you answer a call when you don't want to, every time you overextend yourself, they learn you're always available, and that weakens your position. Instead, when you step back, You set a boundary. You remind others that your time, your peace, your energy are not things to be taken lightly or taken for granted. Having less availability doesn't make you selfish. It makes you aware. It's about recognizing your worth, understanding your needs, and owning your right to set boundaries. It signals to others that you're not afraid to be missed. It shows you're comfortable being alone, that you don't exist to be everyone's rescuer at your own expense. When you stop being endlessly accessible, you stop being seen as a doormat. Instead, you become someone meaningful someone whose presence isn't automatic but earned. Your presence becomes precious because it's intentional. When you create space, you give others a gift of reflection, respect, and genuine appreciation. They learn to value you not for what you do for them but for who you truly are. This is how real respect is built, through conscious choice, not relentless availability. So if this message resonates with you, if you're feeling drained, used, or forgotten, know that it's okay to disappear from the noise. It's okay to step back and reconnect with your power. You are allowed to become hard to reach so you can become impossible to replace. Drop in the comments, "I will protect my energy at all costs." Like this message, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and sign up for more stories built on depth, resilience, and human truth. Don't just listen live what you learn.